So after doing the M50 manifold swap on it, we noticed it was getting super oily down here on the ground. I thought maybe it was just because of how the filter on the catch can was just dripping up and foaming down and then dropping down on the ground. So basically after doing the M50 manifold, it deletes all the factory CCV, PCV, and destroys the entire vacuum system within that CCV. We got a hose running from here straight into the catch can, and this one just ran straight down to the filter. So there's no vacuum in our PCV. So we're gonna have to try to run a vacuum line from underneath the intake manifold all the way into this line here, and then we'll move the bracket down here, put a new filter on top. If you look underneath the car, it is just leaking all over. That rear main seal is just absolutely garbage now. First thing we need to do is take that filter off from down there, grab it, basically take it and stick it on the top here, run this line into a PCV valve. We've got just a generic Volkswagen Uro Parts one. Run this line into a PCV valve, and then underneath the intake manifold there's going to be a port back there that we're going to use for our vacuum reference. Then we're going to have to make this bracket a little longer so that we can tuck the catch can down in here, just to make it a little better for everything. This is the Uro Parts PCV valve, just a generic one. We're just going to take that, run this line here from the catch can or crankcase, and this line here is going to basically go into this 3D printed adapter to connect this straight into a vacuum port that's underneath the manifold. So it's going to basically be pulling a vacuum source into the catch can at all times, which is going to continuously put that vacuum right into the crankcase and hopefully stop a bunch of these leaks, like all of that. That is horrible. So bad it's just leaking all over my exhaust headers back there, making it smoke like crazy when we pull up to stoplights. It smelled like the belts were going out on it. It was horrible. We will get around to doing the rear main seal eventually, but today we're going to go ahead and do the valve cover gasket, take care of that, and then eventually we can do the oil pan gasket as well, because that's obviously going to need to be done with 255,000 miles. There's no doubt. Got a bunch of power steering line leaks. That hose clamp needs to be adjusted. I'm just going to start taking these filters off, popping all these lines out, cleaning them all out, because man, they are gunked up with a bunch of condensated oil. It's bad. So basically we're trying to take a bunch of brake clean, spray them out, take this thing completely apart, take all the lines off, spray them out completely, get that junk all cleaned up first, get all that cleaned up as well, and then we can go from there. Another thing we were really talking about was this O-ring here. You can see it right there. It's got slices in it and splits in it and everything. I'm just gonna go ahead and swap them both out, but the ones that came with it are very generic and not very good. So we're gonna go ahead and just put some ones I got from Harbor Freight in it. It should be good. Yeah, you can just tell how gunked up this thing was. It just was not working properly. Pushing way too much water vapors and condensations all through it. You can tell that O-ring there is just done. It's only been on there maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Let's just not even talk about the hose clamps that come on these things, man. It just straight unscrews from the inside and it just does not work properly at all. I mean, get what you pay for, and it's definitely an Amazon catch can, but man, how hard is it to mess up hose clamps and O-rings? So this line here is basically just pieced together with the factory PCV elbow. Take a piece of bigger hose, and this one just kind of slides right in the middle of it. But you can just tell how gunked up and nasty that is too. You can see those ports in there already, they're pretty nasty. And while just unscrewing this, it gets pretty disgusting in there. Tons of oil that's just leaked down all over the place. Definitely gonna do a good cleaning The system just was not working right. I emptied this about 300 or 400 miles ago when we were up at a gas station. That seal and everything is just, oh, man, it looks like some cottage cheese or something. There, you just gotta see it. Very milky. That's a little better. At least all this stuff's stuck on there. Not coming off right now. I'm not working on it too much. It'll be alright. Got the majority of it all cleaned up. Now we gotta make a new bracket to go from there. Basically to set the catch can down here because I gotta set the filter on top of it. Somewhere about right here after I get done finishing cleaning up, getting all that junk out of there and everything. Got all the lines, everything like that cleaned up, but just gotta finish this, then make a new bracket. Then we can go ahead and throw it all on there. Now we got the right mock-up where we want it. We just kind of take it, throw it in a vise, close it up, and it should be good. Bend her down, and then we'll find it and pick a spot. Something like that. We wanted it about 4 holes down. Take it, bend it down like that. Take the old clobber time. Get the old right angle on it. Something like that will do. Pull her out the vise. Now let's go check. Now we take it, put it on there like that. That'll be perfect. Well, I realized while doing this, if it sits like this while I'm trying to spin the cup off, it's most likely gonna cut my hands or just piss me off. So we're just gonna go ahead and take it back there with an angle grinder and chop it somewhere about right there, and probably right underneath that line just to make it nice and easy. If I do ever want to put a bolt in that one, that should be good. Something like that looks good. We just gotta take the filter down here, plop it right on top like that, run the 2 lines, and we'll be good with it. I just got thread tape on all of these. These are the O-rings from before. This is the one they sent me. You can see it's already all balled up, curled up and stuff, just not good. And then this is the one from Harbor Freight. Honestly looks fine, but I'm just gonna go ahead and swap it out for now. I may have put the thread tape on backwards, but it's not gonna hurt anything. If anything, it might seal it a little better. We can hope, you know? I'm wondering if there's something wrong with this. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to Amazon, but you can see this one here is already peeling out again. That one's seated fine. This one up here is seated fine. It's just weird, this one keeps blowing them out to the side, but this filter here just gets pressed right on top, and that should be it for that. That should be fine sitting down there like that. It should be good. Alright, so we got that valve placed back there with the 3D printed adapter on it. Right up in there. Just gonna run a giant line from that all the way into this side, and then that side obviously goes there. So I couldn't find another hose clamp, so we just used that same shitty one that was falling apart. Absolute junk, but it's fine. And then back there, we got a BMW branded hose clamp that I found around, so it's okay. This line runs, goes down there, and then meets up to that big one with exactly how you're supposed to do it, hose clamp and barb fitting and everything, if it'll focus. Here it goes. And then runs to one of my old heater hoses that I chopped up, because that's what I needed to use. And then it goes right down into that barb fitting right there, that PCV valve, and then that little 3D printed fitting as well. So that's all taken care of now. Now we're gonna jump on the valve cover. First things on these E39s when doing the valve cover, gotta get all that air box stuff just like that. Take it all out the way. You're not gonna be able to do any of this without it. Pull it all the way, pop your 10 mils, get this cover out, and then we can get the coils out. And of course, one of mine is missing. Makes it way easier for me, but I think I hopefully might have something up in the garage. So this is my first time picking it up since I've got the car, and it had 230 on it whenever I got it. Now it's like 255, so over 25, close to 30,000. Oh yeah, look at that valve cover just leaking back there. Oh man, that's horrible. I can't wait to see what it looks like when I pull these coils. Look at all of that oil. Oh yeah. I did not get spark plugs and I did not get coils, so we're gonna do our best and clean them up. I feel like it's almost impossible to work on anything and not find something loose from somebody else that used to work on it. This thing was just hand tight. That's the grounding cable for the ignition coils. I think these plugs get a bunch of backlash, but honestly, I think they're some of the easiest plugs to work with. As soon as you pull that up, it basically just pushes itself out 99% of the time. You go slowly with it, nice and smooth, very easy, and it just comes out nicely. Of course, I say that, and the back one's gonna give me issues. There it goes. Well, if you're using two hands and you're pulling up while you're lifting, it comes out very, very smoothly. Looks like all those are good for in here. Definitely gonna put dielectric grease in all of them whenever I do them. But just looking at them, it looks like this one has probably been changed out. This one's got a white. All these other ones are black all over. Best way to pull these out, if you don't already know, if you haven't already seen it, get a long extension or a screwdriver or something, and then you're basically just gonna wanna put it through that center hole and then pick it straight up through. A lot easier with two hands, but it pulls out very nicely. Oh, that one's dry. That's good. That's one dry one. This one does look very new, but I just went ahead and pulled them all up so we can go and take a look at them. That one, yeah, that's definitely a factory one, and there's gonna be a little bit of oil down in there. Definitely gonna smoke a little bit when we start it up, but it should be okay. So 3, oh, very dry. It's also a factory one. It's also very dry down in there. It's kind of hard to see. 4, very dry, very good. Also dry down in there. 5, a little bit wet, not too bad. Honestly expected it to be way worse, but it looks like these little channels catch it very well in the actual inside spark plug tube seals. I don't believe are that bad. Wow. For how much oil is all back here, I really expected this one to be at least a little bit wet. There's no seeing down in there right now. This gasket material is just turned into hard plastic at this point. I gotta really go through this to make sure none of that plastic got in there. Alright, now we're at a point where everything's cleaned up for the most part. I'm gonna put some RTV here and there and there. Basically a little bit up front. Everything's cleaned up for the most part. I ran out of brake clean, which is not fun, but it'll be alright. Got all these gaskets in. Everything's all good there. Pulled out a bunch of junk out of all that stuff. But yeah, just want to make sure the gaskets are aligned, and then we're gonna slide it right back in. Getting all the bolts all tightened down. Got it on there. RTV setting up. Probably gonna smear that a little bit just to make it set up better. Based off the ChatGPT sequence, this thing looks nothing like what ChatGPT thinks it looks like. So we're just gonna go inside to out and go slowly. I don't think my torque wrench will do 10 foot-pounds or newton meters, whatever, so we're just gonna go very, very slowly and soft, I guess. Got it all tightened down. Each one's torqued down. Got the gasket material all wiped down. Probably won't be able to see anything back here, but we got all those all cleaned up. Each of those half moons, everything's tightened down. Still a little bit of oil there, since, you know, no brake clean, because I'm not thinking. But we'll get it all tightened up. Everything looks good now, and then we can do a little bit of final wipe now and finish tightening it up. Like I said, we got a little bit of some dielectric grease here. We're gonna put in the end of each one, so that it's just gonna seal it up a lot better whenever, or hopefully never, but if oil ever does try to go down there again, at least now it will all be sealed up and oil tight. Gotta make sure you get that in that little groove there, like it's got molded into the valve cover. Press it down fully. Put that in while you were also pushing this down. And then, boom. Just gotta repeat that for all the other ones, and then it'll be good. And that's all good. All those are tightened down. Just gotta do this little ground strap right here. And we'll make sure to actually tighten it down to, you know, something decent instead of just hand tight. And then we'll be all done. Got that one all sealed up. Gotta wipe it all down still, but I did end up finding another bolt for that one back there. So that's way better. Now we can take our little clips in and nice and factory looking besides that junk that we'll fix one day. But for there, just gotta put that hose, connect that one. I guess I can go ahead and just push it on there. Boom. And now it's all good to go.